just wanted to share a bit of a revelation that came through in the clinic today. And it follows on from doing the Daughters of the Golden Rose container that I have been holding and recording, and is finally now a course for people to jump into whenever it feels ready for them. What it showed me, because a lot of the work is going through the trauma of the feminine, which women hold in their womb, in their ovaries and menstrual health and mitochondria. So with the mitochondria, that also comes in through to the men as well. But for this was the Daughters of the Golden Rose, which is all about the feminine lineage. And what it showed me was how to really get deep into the body. I've called it Sacred Conscious Embodiment. And how, so we all, this manifestation stuff, right? You've got to really think it and feel it and everything else. But if your nervous system is holding trauma, I don't think you'll get there. And it certainly hasn't been the truth for me, because when I've had to trust, surrender, I can intellectualize it. Totally get that. But I could feel that there was something inside me that wasn't quite letting go, in my neural system wasn't quite ready to let go or to feel safe and to surrender. And through this process, it enabled me to fully bring in safety into my body. Not safety from the environment, not seeking safety from outside of self, safety from within. And yes, that came from having an activation, a triggering, if you want to call it. But because through consciousness I was going, this is showing me something to heal. I was able to heal it, which was blindsided shock. And when I managed to move into that trauma that was there from a 4-year-old girl, trauma that you just did not see coming. And I was speaking to somebody the other day, and they said I've had exactly the same experience, that it just comes out the blue. And so it really shakes the safety, the survival pattern, the kidneys, the cortisol, the adrenals. So I'm sharing this because, one, I feel you may well be going through this, and whoever listens to this, it'll be reaching you. I trust that. And if you're being activated, know that it's happening for you. And for me, this is all about bringing the ends to allow the new beginnings. So we are consolidating, we're closing down our patterns, and so we can step into the new. So a lot of these things are happening to pull out our survival patterns, our trauma, the places where we're stuck, where we're held. And so to know that that's happening for us is huge, rather than going into the drama and the story of it. If it's bringing up victim energy, if it's making you feel unsafe, this is helping you move through those old patterns, that trauma that's held in the body. And that's what it did for me. And through the journey of the Daughters of Golden Rose, this was about feeling safe in your body, safe in your truth, bringing that connection, that womb and heart and throat connection. Is many layers. It's subtle but hugely significant. So after the sort of 12 weeks, I was able to speak my truth, hold it in consciousness, discuss it, and through holding that safety to be able to communicate was huge healing for me. So there's many layers, and what's come forward from today was that if we want to live in abundance, to thrive, our nervous systems need to be in that. And so when we're still holding on to trauma, when we're still holding on to survival patterns and belief systems, our resonance isn't in thriving, it's in survival. And therefore, because our subconscious is pretty much tuned into the collective field, we are a beacon unbeknown to ourselves more from a survival perspective. And so we can't think ourselves out of that. We have to feel a way through. We have to heal these traumas, these survival patterns to shift into thrive. And so I do feel that, and I'm very at the early stages of this, so I can't say this has definitely happened, but this feeling that when we shift our frequency from survival to thriving, we won't be in this money issue. We're opening ourselves into receiving, to be in abundance, to be in resonance with that. Because like I say, if we're sitting in survival deep into our subconscious, unconscious, that's what we're going in. If we're still thinking we need to survive, when we heal and we find this inner safety, we no longer have a survival beacon transmission going through our body. We are much more secure in ourselves, much more connected, much more accepting of ourselves. We just are we are whole, we are one in that frequency, if that makes sense. Rather than ultimately, this probably makes it easier, is like the foot's on the pedal or the accelerator, trying to get to what you want. You put all your energy into like, yep, that's where I'm going, and the foot's floor. But if you're in survival mode, your foot will also be on that brake. So it doesn't matter how freaking hard you push yourself to get something, because that's what you desire and you want it and you know it. And if your body isn't there with you as one, riding this journey is like, yay, convertible, Thelma Louise, convertible's back, enjoying the absolute journey, rather than it's got its foot on the, set on the brake. This isn't going to be an enjoyable experience. You can imagine what would happen to the car. Our bodies will be exactly the same, it just takes longer to screw up. But that's what would be happening to us neurologically. So as much as we want something, there'll be a huge amount of resistance deep into our neural system. So this isn't about, for women especially, this isn't about pushing your masculine to keep forcing something to happen. Because when we hit our perimenopause, this transitioning into the wise woman, we're not meant to be heavily in our masculine energy. In fact, the masculine energy is about holding integrity for ourselves, not in to protect ourselves and the push and the do. We're exhausting ourselves. And so we're actually calling the masculine to have a different energy and a different purpose from us as we become into the wise woman. And so if we're only in survival, it's only there for protection. Whereas actually we want to shift it into a gear to be in it of integrity, of presence. So I just wanted to share that. And these revelations have really come from holding the daughters of the golden roads. So if you're navigating this right now, just feeling like you can't quite get somewhere and you're pushing against the grain and just feels like no matter what you do, it doesn't seem to work, all these sort of stories, I would really, and also trauma, I would invite you to go check out the Daughters of the Golden Rose, which I'll put in as a link in the comments. But also, if you want to understand more and get to know, I've literally just landed and you've just seen and heard and listened to me, and you're sort of intrigued and want to know more, you can join the Telegram group as well for women only, and that's on the website too. So I do feel like we are going through a huge shift, and many things will feel like a shadow. But one thing was shown is that these blessings, they're not always gift wrapped, but we have to go through the process to experience it and to get the insight and the wisdom from it. So if we can hold stillness and not be in such a rush all the time and have space for ourselves, we can shift things with much more consciousness. So just want to share that. And when you can really get inner safety, it's a game changer. You totally shift. It's, like I say, it's subtle but really frigging significant, and it's kind of like the power and the essence that shifts the tide. That's what it's feeling like right now. So I just wanted to share that, and lots of love.